This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Rebecca Vargas.
And I'm Stephanie Roberts. Don Brennan has the week off. Thanks for joining us this morning. And once again, an extra feeling of fall out there this morning.
Indeed.
Really nice start to the day.
And you two look very fall-like.
So we got our pumpkinish colors out.
Yeah, I would have worn some kind of Halloween decor with the tie thing, little jack-o'-lanterns or something. We have some beautiful weather again today. I mean, yes, there's a little bit of high cloudiness around, and that has kept our temperatures up just a tad, but so what? Who cares? Low humidity, 59 degrees. Get out of here.
That's the difference.
That's the difference right there. And you know what? That'll be around throughout the day today. So yes, some of the high clouds will be around, but nothing on radar. These are not going to be rain-producing clouds. They may add a little bit of a dim sun sky to the landscape, but nothing that's going to produce rainfall. Daytime highs top out near the mid to even lower 80s, depending on how much sunshine we actually get. All in all, another spectacular day on the Suncoast. Complete forecast coming up in a few.
All right, sounds good. Looking forward to that, John. And we are also looking forward to a good morning commute. Off to a good start so far this morning. No problems through Bradenton. Real quiet there, 301 and 41, and things moving well on I-75 at this early hour. When you get down into Sarasota County, again, it's a good trip across Fruitville, Bee Ridge, and Clark Roads, and I-75 into South County. Also not showing any delays. Still looking at construction on 41 as you get south of Venice, but other than that, looks like a great start to a Tuesday.
Well, topping our news this morning, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement is now filing a complaint against Bradenton mayoral candidate Warren Merriman.
A disciplinary hearing is set for November 3rd in Sarasota. That's just 5 days before the November election. Merriman could have his law enforcement certification suspended or revoked as a result. He was fired from the Bradenton Police Department in January of 2015 and convicted of petty theft. According to the Bradenton Herald, the FDLE filed the complaint to the Criminal Justice Standards and Training Commission, saying that he violated standards based on his conviction. It also says he failed to maintain the qualifications that require an officer to have good moral character. Merriman says he's not worried about that hearing.
Well, meanwhile, the Bradenton Police Department is now responding to accusations of racial injustice by the Manatee County chapter of the NAACP.
The group made a records request for officer-involved shootings, traffic citations, and written warnings. ABC 7's Kate Flexter has the latest.
When Manatee County's NAACP President Rodney Jones requested data from the Bradenton Police Department, he began to crunch the numbers.
Made me a little uneasy. It sent up an immediate red flag because the numbers just didn't add up.
The numbers for traffic citations from the last 10 years are broken down by race, totaling about 65,000 citations. But the department only reported a total of about 57,000, leaving more than 8,000 citations unaccounted for. With written warnings also from the last 10 years, a similar situation with more than 1,500 warnings also unaccounted for, leaving Jones to wonder why.
To the discerning eye, that appears as if someone, either by accident or intentionally, actually added to those numbers to take away the disproportionate numbers from the other categories.
We went to the Bradenton Police Department for answers, and Chief Melanie Bevan responded with a written statement saying due to the record system's limitations, Hispanics were recorded in both the white and Hispanic populations. This error was not discovered until the initial data had been released. Civil rights attorney Andrea Mogensen took a look at the numbers.
It increases the ratio favorably to the perception of the police department, which is always going to lead to suspicion.
Mogensen says whatever the reason for any error, it's important for law enforcement agencies to keep accurate records.
Police agencies are primarily policing themselves, so it's particularly important to have accurate data because in a circumstance like this where there's a question about the accuracy of the data, it really diminishes people's confidence in the ability of the police to police themselves.
Jones says he's hoping for the best, but slowly losing that confidence in the department.
Maybe their systems are a little antiquated and maybe they need to be updated, I'm not sure. But something needs to happen because what it brings into question, like I said yesterday, is if that report was bad and that report wasn't validated, what else have you sent out that is inaccurate as well?
Kate Flexter, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Kate. A new app is helping local law enforcement better reach individual communities on the Suncoast. It's a private social media network called Next Door. It allows residents to see what's going on in their own neighborhood and post updates. Sarasota Police and the Manatee County Sheriff's Office are using the app to put out alerts and take feedback from residents. They say the advantage is quicker dialogue with areas that are specifically affected by crimes. Locals say that app is already making a difference.
You know, a lot of break-ins might be in our neighborhood, but Bayou Oaks is having the same issues. So if you post it and you say, you know, we've got a lot of car break-ins, everybody's notified.
If somebody wants to break into a neighborhood, whether it's a gated community or not, they're going to get in.
Manatee County Sheriff's Office says it can reach nearly 20,000 subscribers at a time. Sarasota Police say their number is close to 2,200.
The Sarasota Police Department is now looking to build a stronger relationship with the community by bringing people out to the National Night Out. It's part of their continued way to reach out to the community. The Bayou Oaks Neighborhood Association will host this event at the North Water Tower Park from 6 to 9 o'clock tonight. There will be food, drinks, giveaways, live entertainment, and the Sarasota Police will also be there with a mini SWAT obstacle course, K9 demonstrations, and giving them a chance for kids to meet with police and firefighters, let them see inside the police car and a fire truck. Meanwhile, local law enforcement are showing their support for the daughter of a former member of the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office. Annie Shaw was among the senior players playing their final home match at Cardinal Mooney High School last night. Annie's father passed away 10 years ago this month after spending nearly 20 years with the sheriff's office. While he could not be there to watch her match, Annie's mother had members from local law enforcement to come out and cheer her on.
It shows how strong our Blue family is, and that even though I lost my husband 10 years ago, they still are supportive of our family and are here to support Annie on her senior night.
Those who came out in support of the Shaws wore shirts that said, "His courage is our strength."
What a great show of support.
Yeah, they're really become a family.
And even 10 years later, to know that, you know, they're still behind you and appreciate the time given. I'm sure that meant a lot to his daughter.
Yes, I love that. Well, Sarasota County administrators, they need to cut back costs in order to keep plans for a new courthouse in Venice from requiring a referendum.
Originally, county officials wanted a 6-room courthouse to meet the needs of South County, but that cost doubles the $22 million borrowing limit. Commissioners have now asked county staff to come up with plans and new cost estimates for a 4-room courthouse. The courthouse at the Robert L. Administration Center is where it will be expanded, and right now cost estimates are $6 million over that borrowing limit. Commissioners get another update in about 2 months. Venice City leaders will hold a public hearing today on what to do about a solar panel that was built in the wrong location. Earlier this year, FPL hired a contractor to install a new solar panel parking canopy at the Venice Community Center. But the contractors built the structure in the wrong part of the parking lot after misreading the plans. City Council is now debating whether to force FPL to rebuild it in the correct location at a loss of $160,000 for the contractor, or just keep it where it is. In Northport, another dispute over public pools will be up for discussion today. City commissioners have to decide whether to end an agreement with the Sky Family YMCA to repair a city-owned pool or build a new one at Butler Park. The pool at the YMCA has been closed for nearly 3 weeks due to a broken water pump. It's also an area of concern for the Sarasota Health Department due to poor or no flow meter readings. The Northport city manager will present the plans to close the pool at today's meeting. The city could stop spending any money on the pool until its replacement is built. A 50-meter pool is planned at Butler Park, which would also include a deck, leisure pool, concession area, and bleachers.
Sarasota County Commissioners will hold a public hearing over Benderson Development's plan to build a new complex at the intersection of 41 and Stickney Point Road. Benderson Development has filed a formal application with the city to rezone that property. Benderson's current proposal includes nearly 600 apartments and condos, a hotel, and retail on the 30-acre lot. Both residents and FDOT, though, are worried this complex will lead to an increase in traffic and accidents in that area, which is as you go onto the South Bridge for Siesta Key. Sarasota County Commissioners will now go over this application during this morning's meeting, which begins at 9 a.m. Meanwhile, commissioners are holding back on making a decision on new rules and regulations for food trucks setting up near neighborhoods. The Planning Commission has recommended a general permit that would allow trucks to set up throughout commercial and industrial zones in unincorporated areas. However, county officials want to regulate how close food trucks can operate near homes. They say more specific regulations to protect residents must be included in these new rules. The regulations will come back up for discussion at a hearing on November the 8th. Well, getting to and from Siesta Key may soon get a little bit easier. Sarasota County Area Transit, known as SCAT, is soliciting bids for a potential trolley operator. Early proposals for the service include 2 routes to the mainland at the north and south bridges. If approved, service could begin as soon as December. Members of the Siesta Key Association hope this trolley service could help with traffic, especially during the busy tourism season. And we're already heading into our snowbird season. They're coming down here, so it could help.
Well, the more public transportation, the better.
Yeah.
Don't you know that's true?
Less cars on the road.
Yeah, that's right.
Gives that island feel, too.
Yeah, it's kind of fun, you know, ride the trolley.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
can't do that up north in the winter.
It's true.
Yeah. Plus, you know, parking on the key. I mean, goodness.
Yes.
Yeah. Enough said. We have showers not in our forecast, despite a little bit of cloud cover out there. It's going to be a beautiful day. We'll talk about that in a second.
Well, that's good news. Coming up, if you still plan to register to vote for the general election, you now have an extra day to do so, and it's all thanks to Hurricane Matthew. We'll explain.
Need new windows? Buy direct from the factory. New South Window is having a sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Buy 4 windows, save 25%. Buy 6 windows, save 30%. Buy 8 or more windows and save 35%. How? Because New South owns the factory and you cut out the middleman. Award-winning, energy-efficient windows and doors installed with a lifetime warranty. New South Windows are made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com or call now.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, we make sure you get the most for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And right now, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet. A new 2016 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month, complimentary maintenance included. At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Getting older shouldn't mean giving up all the things she loves to do. It should just mean, well, finding new ways to do them. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to provide help with personal care, housekeeping, and of course, meal preparation.
Oh, that smells so good. Oh, and it tastes good too.
We can provide the right care right at home.
Gold fever has once again swept the nation, and everyone is rushing to Florida to strike it doubly rich. Introducing the $5 million Gold Rush Doubler. We're doubling cash prizes for over $752 million in payouts, and 36 prizes from $1 million to $5 million. The Florida Gold Rush is on. The Florida Lottery, just imagine.
Designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here.
Why, you don't like my hair?
The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds. No.
Delicious recipes.
Today, I'm going to show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch the Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC 7. We're here for you. Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC 7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Looking at an air temperature that's still comfortable at 72 degrees, but it's the dew point that is so fantastic. Dew point of 59. That does indeed feel comfortable. North-northeast wind, kind of breezy today, coming in at about 7, and a little bit of cloud cover out there. That cloud cover kind of keeping temperatures fairly uniform across the region. That and the winds kind of stirring things up. 68 degrees, Wauchula, Myakka, Arcadia, Lakewood Ranch. 67 in Bradenton and Parrish. 69 Northport, 70 Punta Gorda, Inglewood and Venice, and 72 degrees out on the Key at Longboat. So across the Florida Peninsula, despite the fact that we do have a little bit of cloud cover out here, we're not seeing any rainfall. Got a few patches of drizzle, perhaps out in Gulf waters, maybe a lot of that not even reaching the ground. The radar beam at that distance is pointing up at the top of the cloud, so you're not seeing too much up there that looks like you've got any kind of significant rainfall going on. And you know what? Maybe you might see a patch of little bit of drizzle in Hardy or DeSoto inland, well inland. And that's about it. Otherwise, we are rain-free today. We'll be for tomorrow, next day after, the next day after that. We are in a period of rain-free conditions. Dry air located off the Atlantic coast stretches back toward Texas and the Mexican plateaus. We have a lot of upstream dry air still in store for us, so we are not looking at the potential of any kind of major rainfall kind of thing going on here for the next couple of days. Still have Nicole out in the Atlantic waters. That's a threat to Bermuda, no threat to American soil. The high pressure ridge building in from the north will give us kind of a breezy wind today out of the northeast, so boaters pay attention to that. It could be a moderate chop out there, and that breezy condition will continue to kind of draw down that drier air. That's the good thing. It'll also pick up a few scattered showers over in the Atlantic and sling them back onto the Atlantic coast. But those showers would have a very difficult time moving right across the peninsula into our area. They're very low-topped clouds and showers and really won't provide us with too much of a problem. A sun cloud mix, breezy conditions, mild afternoon temperatures. Those are the weather highlights that carry us through the next several days. Gorgeous. Now, you can see the effect of this little frontal boundary, kind of stalled out frontal boundary out in the center of the Gulf waters, producing the cloud cover. Then the cloud cover gets picked up by upper level winds and kind of slung back in this direction, giving us those high, thin clouds. Nicole, still a tropical storm, hopefully stays that way, but could well become a hurricane in the next 24 hours, minimal hurricane. Its motion takes it very close to Bermuda, that little tiny island nation just to the north of it. However, Bermuda is pretty used to hurricanes and has a very, very good building code there. So hopefully not much damage done. Wouldn't be a big storm surge problem. Only a Category 1 storm, not to say that that's minimal, but it'll be a fast-moving storm, so should be okay. It'll be a little disruptive, but should be okay for Bermuda. Forecast for us looks like this. We are looking at northeast wind, breezy today at about 15 knots, 2 to 3 foot seas, and a moderate chop on your bay and inland waters. And the extended range forecast, more of the same. Looks great. Nighttime lows around the 70 mark, low relative humidity, daytime highs in the mid-80s with a mix of sun and clouds. Back to you.
Thanks, John. Taking a look at our traffic maps this morning. Right now out of Palmetto, the bridges are still clear. No problems on the interstate. 41 and 301 are a good go this morning as you head into Sarasota. Those roadways are also clear. No accidents to report this morning or any major construction points except for Bee Ridge Road. But so far that is nice and clear in both directions. And as far as South County is concerned, I'm not seeing any issues, no slowdowns, no accidents to report so far. Well, this week marks a historic milestone in the city of Sarasota with the First United Methodist Church celebrating their 125th anniversary.
ABC 7's Linda Carson has their story in A Place We Call Home.
This is a replica of the first church built in the village of Sarasota. 12 people organized this Methodist church in 1891, and William Blakely Tresco was the first pastor.
First building was built at 5 Points, Main Street and Pineapple, that corner, just a block from here now.
The building was completed in 1893, and other denominations also used it.
The Baptists also met there, and as did the Episcopalians, and so we shared our space with them. And that building was used for civic or happenings. I think the mayor was first elected there in that church building.
In 1911, the church moved to its current location, building and all.
Someone wanted to buy that land, so it was sold to them But in the price, they moved that old white church a block down here to this land.
Sarasota grew rapidly in the early 1900s, especially after World War II, and the Methodists outgrew their church.
And they couldn't even meet in the sanctuary. They were meeting in a local auditorium.
So in 1914, they built a new church. People referred to it as the Greek Temple because of its columns. In 1924, they got one of the area's first pipe organs. The church continued to grow even during the Depression and financial downturns.
People have a tendency to look to their church for solace. They have a tendency to look for their church for support, emotional support.
The church's current building, that seats 1,200 people, was completed in 1955. The church built a renowned music program, and that gave birth to other programs.
Music at First Church was actually the beginnings of what later came to be a key chorale or a Glory Music High. We did all the great music here.
The church is right in the heart of Sarasota's cultural district, and it's become a part of it.
We have a Music Fine Arts series here that's been running here. Oh my goodness, I think I started that about 20 years ago.
Plus, Jazz at First Church is held here.
A church is a beacon in a community, and this one is certainly a beacon in downtown Sarasota.
And although they're opening the time capsule this week, they're not going to put more items in and close it for a year. They want to give themselves plenty of time to think what they should save for future generations. So if you've got any suggestions, let them know. Linda Carson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Oh, thank you, Linda.
A lot of history there. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
The government's now getting involved in the Samsung Galaxy Note 7 recall. We'll show you why all Note 7 users are now being told to turn off their phones. Straight ahead.
Mom needed more care than we could provide, so we called Granny Nannies. She now has around-the-clock caregivers, and we have peace of mind. Thanks to them, she's where she belongs, at home.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
It's time to upgrade your favorite news app. Now, ABC7's My Suncoast News app is better than ever with a dynamic brand new design that's faster and easier to use. Stay connected anytime, anywhere with breaking news and weather alerts, video on demand, and live streaming of your Suncoast News. Download our free My Suncoast News app on your mobile device at your app store. ABC7's all-new My Suncoast News app. Just another way we're here for you. Powered by the Eye Associates, providing sight for life.
I'm Alan Cohn. Dark money here on the Suncoast. Both parties are using political action committees. Find out how big money is impacting our elections.
Tonight on ABC7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on a pedal. You get a clean mop head that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
At Granny Nannies, we provide your loved ones with the care they deserve, compassionate and experienced help right where you need it most, at home. Visit us at grannynannies.com.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
We'll get back at 6:25. The U.S. government now telling people to power down their Galaxy Note 7s after reports of replacement phones now overheating and catching fire.
Scary. ABC's Rebecca Jarvis has the details.
This morning, the replacement Galaxy Note 7, the phone that allegedly did this.
I saw small red bursts, and then it started to smoke, sizzle, and burn.
And this.
I saw smoke and I threw it on the floor.
Now the subject of a new government warning. Regulators telling every Galaxy Note 7 owner, even those carrying the new replacements, to power down and stop using the phone immediately. After reports of at least 5 fires in the new replacement devices, Samsung echoing the warning, instructing all carrier and retail partners globally to stop sales and exchanges while the company investigates.
1,000 what ifs ran through my head. Like, what if my son was playing with it? What if my daughter was playing with it? Like, what if it was in my pocket?
And we'll have the latest guidance for Samsung users coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Rebecca Jarvis, ABC News, New York.
I'm Thomas, and I quit smoking with Chantix. Being able to smoke that first week gave me a little bit of comfort, I guess, a little bit of time to almost say goodbye to being a smoker.
Along with support, Chantix Varenicline is proven to help people quit smoking.
Chantix really reduced my urge to smoke.
Some people had changes in behavior, thinking or mood, hostility, agitation, depressed mood, and suicidal thoughts or actions while taking or after stopping Chantix. Some reported seizures or sleepwalking with Chantix. If you have any of these, stop Chantix and call your doctor right away. Tell your doctor about any history of mental health problems, which could get worse, or of seizures. Don't take Chantix if you've had a serious allergic or skin reaction to it. If you have these, stop Chantix and call your doctor right away, as some can be life-threatening. Tell your doctor if you have heart or blood vessel problems or develop new or worse symptoms. Get medical help right away if you have symptoms of a heart attack or stroke. Decrease alcohol use while taking Chantix. Use caution driving or operating machinery. Most common side effect is nausea.
Thank you, Chantix.
Ask your doctor if Chantix is right for you.
Let SWC Properties sell your home today. Take advantage of this great market and sell your home for the most amount of money in the least amount of time. SWC Properties gives you the benefit of full-service marketing that sells your home faster with the fewest hassles. There are no hidden fees, and now for a limited time we'll list your home for 50% off. Wouldn't it feel great to save thousands and feel confident with your move? Give us a call for details or visit swcproperties.com and contact us for free information packet and find out why. It's simple. We just market your home better.
Hurricane season is here, and Suncoast weather can go from this to this in seconds. So when severe weather threatens, count on the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7.
We're armed with the most advanced weather technology so that we can bring you storm warnings faster and with more detail than ever before.
Plus, we focus on the Suncoast and track storms right down to your neighborhood.
On air, online, and on your mobile device. Turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you. ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
They took that stress and that tension when I was particularly feeling very bad after that nasty car accident, and it was such a relief to know that I didn't have to bear that burden alone, that I had help.
Our goal is to not just get a satisfactory settlement on their case. We want them up on their feet, happy again. They've gotten their life back.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
The official salon of ABC7. Cutting Loose Salon.
Rose takes her volunteering for Tidewell Hospice very seriously, but she knows how to have fun too. And that's what she brings when we're invited to visit patients as part of Tidewell's pet therapy program. People love to see her. She really brightens their day. She makes people smile. And in end-of-life care, a smile can be a wonderful gift. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, more fallout on the campaign trail for Donald Trump, but the nominee is amping up his attacks. We'll have details.
Plus, an Amber Alert comes to an end for a Florida girl who went missing over the weekend. We'll show you where she was found.
And you may want to check your freezer if you love cookie dough ice cream, why you may have to throw it out.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Welcome back. I'm Rebecca Vargas.
And I'm Stephanie Roberts, in for Don Brennan. Thanks for joining us this morning. Meteorologist John Scalzi here to deliver some good news once again today.
I know. It was so beautiful out last night. We were saying earlier that we dined outside last night. It was so nice.
Very nice.
Oh, it's gorgeous, you know. And some of the mosquitoes aren't going away. I kind of noticed that yesterday as well.
No, I did a late dog walk and didn't notice any bugs.
Yeah, which is nice. I'm
hope
looking
that
forward
keeps
to that
up.
time of year when they all go away. We have dry air in place right now. The dew points are low. It feels comfortable outside. A little bit on the breezy side, but no rainfall despite a little bit of cloud cover out there obscuring the sky at times today, like it is right now. We have temperatures that are fairly comfortable outside, 72 degrees. We'll probably top it out in the low to mid 80s today. And the rainfall chance is a big 0 today. Complete forecast for the week ahead coming up in a few. Back to you guys.
All right, sounds good, John. We'll enjoy that nice weather, and hopefully we can enjoy it with a quiet morning commute. So far, so good on the roadways. Building volume 301 southbound, that is, or northbound rather, that is typical heading into downtown Bradenton. Things moving well on I-75, though, even through that busy construction zone that continues right into Sarasota County. It's also still a good trip across Fruitville, Bee Ridge, and Clark Roads. Little extra volume they're getting on I-75 at Bee Ridge. No problems to report in South County, and the construction zone in 41 down near South Venice is also moving well.
Well, topping our news this half hour, more fallout for Donald Trump's campaign after video surfaced Friday of the nominee bragging that he's able to grope women because of his star status.
Now Trump is intensifying his attacks on opponent Hillary Clinton and even taking a dig at the Republican Party. ABC's Angelica Spanos has the very latest.
Donald Trump on the campaign trail, warning that more attacks will come if more tapes emerge.
If they want to release more tapes saying inappropriate things, we'll continue to talk about Bill and Hillary Clinton doing inappropriate things. There are so many of them.
Trump is trying to tie Hillary Clinton to former President Bill Clinton's indiscretions.
Bill Clinton sexually assaulted innocent women, and Hillary Clinton attacked those women viciously.
Clinton slammed Trump for his crude comments in the tapes.
He just doubled down on his excuse that it's just locker room banter. That is just a really weak excuse for behaving badly and mistreating people.
And among a record crowd at Ohio State University, she told voters they deserve better.
Your generation, the young people of America, are the most tolerant, open, and generous generation in American history. You know what's at stake, but you also know what you believe.
The tape further divided Republicans. Speaker of the House Paul Ryan says he will no longer defend Trump, but instead defend the party's majority in Congress. Trump reacted in a tweet saying Paul Ryan should spend more time balancing the budget rather than fighting him.
And since Trump's tape revelation, a new poll from the Wall Street Journal and NBC shows that Clinton now has a double-digit 11-point lead over Trump. Angelica Spanos, ABC News, New York.
Well, it's going to be a busy week for campaigning for both candidates here in Florida. Donald Trump will be in Lakeland, Ocala, and Panama City over the next 2 days. Hillary Clinton will be joined on the campaign trail by Al Gore in Miami-Dade County today. And Bill Clinton will be in Palm Beach, Lee, and Pinellas County. The Pinellas event will take place today at the Safety Harbor Community Center at 6:45 p.m.
Florida residents now have an extra day to register to vote for the general election. A federal judge extended today's voter registration deadline until 5 p.m. tomorrow. The order comes after the Florida Democratic Party sued Governor Scott for not extending the deadline due to Hurricane Matthew evacuations. The party argued that the storm could have prevented some residents from registering. Scott opposed extending the deadline, saying people had enough time to register, but he did it for one day.
In other state news this morning, an enormous sigh of relief for the family of a Lakeland toddler. She was kidnapped over the weekend and found 400 miles from home. Hospital workers in Memphis spotted 4-year-old Rebecca Lewis and her alleged abductor and called police. Police found the pair in a car pulling out of a parking garage. 31-year-old West Hoggs, a former family friend, is now behind bars, and Rebecca will be back with her family later today.
The family is going to get together and throw her a welcome home party when we come home with her.
The Polk County Sheriff's Office expressed frustration that Tennessee had delayed sharing the Amber Alert that was in effect in Florida, Georgia, and Alabama. Authorities say they didn't have reason to believe that Hoggs was in the state over the weekend, which is why only a bulletin was issued to law enforcement at first.
In consumer news this morning, more trouble for Bluebell. The company is recalling all of its ice cream products that contain cookie dough produced between February 2nd and September 7th. Bluebell says they became aware of the product potentially containing a listeria contamination after their cookie dough supplier issued their own recall. Listeria can cause serious, sometimes fatal infections. The recall includes half-gallon and pint-sized containers of Bluebell chocolate chip cookie dough. It was distributed in Florida along with 15 other states. If you have a Galaxy Note 7, Samsung says power down and stop using it immediately. Last month, the company issued a recall for the smartphone because it could catch fire. Now there were reports of replacement phones also catching fire. As Samsung investigates, the company says it will stop all Galaxy Note 7 sales as well as stop replacing the phones. Samsung is asking every company that sells the phones to take the products off the shelves immediately, and anyone with a Samsung Galaxy Note 7 already is eligible for a refund. There's now a new, more productive way to use social media. Facebook is creating a separate version of their site just for work. The company is launching the new communications tool known as Workplace for businesses, nonprofits, and other organizations. The ad-free platform is not connected to existing Facebook accounts. Instead, employers sign up as an organization. Facebook says the platform has been tested on an invite-only basis for the past 18 months and features group chats, video calls, live videos, and news feeds, much like the regular version.
Pranksters in creepy clown costumes continue to spook unsuspecting people around the country. And while there have been no sightings of these, quote, creepy clowns on the Suncoast, what's turned into a social media phenomenon is now causing concern among our local school districts. Some schools going as far as to send out robocalls warning not to attempt any pranks involving clowns.
Halloween is approaching and we have an upcoming Spirit Week. So I want to take a moment to be very clear about this. Students are not permitted to wear clown costumes, masks, or makeup to school or any school events. Doing so may place themselves and others in a dangerous and/or confrontational situation.
It's really awful, and we all have to be aware of it, what's going on, and we have to take care of our kids, grandkids.
While many see it as nothing more than a prank, the school board says it will not be taking any chances.
Well, school officials are not the only ones concerned about creepy clowns near Halloween. One mom in Denver is planning on taking matters into her own hands. She says because of the recent scares, she'll be placing a sign on her home banning trick-or-treaters in clown costumes. Neighbors aware of her plans are not thrilled. They say it takes the spirit out of Halloween.
And a lot of it's a hoax. I agree with that. There's going to be people who don't find it a hoax and they're going to use it for something that's not a good thing. It's going to desensitize kids from clowns.
Though most clown threats are being fueled by social media, trick-or-treaters are advised to stay aware and be safe celebrating Halloween.
Oh, brother.
It's gotten a little out of control, but I'll tell you, when those threats come against the schools, it's not funny.
Yeah, they have to take it seriously.
Clown costume or not, they have to take it seriously.
Absolutely.
I don't think that's part of the joke here.
Yeah, I think banning clowns at your front door, that might be a little over the top.
Extreme, but I think the kids are legit scared, especially the younger ones.
Yeah, they are. Showers in the forecast, not so much. Sunny weather, a day away maybe. We'll talk about the forecast in a second.
on your TV, on your computer, on your camera, on your smartphone, on your Apple Watch. And now you can get ABC7, your Suncoast News on Fire TV. Just go to mysuncoast.com and click on the mobile tab for a list of fast and free downloads that deliver ABC7, your Suncoast News on the go.
This is a special health alert for seniors suffering with joint pain. If you have Medicare insurance, you may qualify for high-quality support braces at little or no cost.
I'm thrilled with my knee braces.
Now, there is a simple and proven solution for seniors to get out of pain with state-of-the-art support braces.
I barely feel any pain at all.
Braces for your knees and back, as well as your shoulders and ankles, too.
I'm so happy with the quality of these braces.
Call now, and you could qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost.
I can play ball again, and it doesn't hurt.
And because of my Medicare coverage, it costs me next to nothing.
So call now.
And because I have this red, white, and blue Medicare card, my braces have cost me just about nothing.
It's true. You may get a knee, back, shoulder, and ankle brace at little or no cost.
They qualified me for 2 knee braces and a back brace.
If you have knee or back pain, give them a call. They can help.
1-800-476-8967. 1-800-476-8967.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com. A-N-D services.com.
Thank you. My fellow Americans, as your candidate for president, I will make bling affordable with Spectralite diamonds.
Spectralite diamonds are manufactured in laboratory conditions to equal the finest natural diamonds.
This political message was brought to you by Created Gems and the Bling Party.
Big bling for little change for you.
If you have a suspicion for harboring prostate cancer, we have a way of diagnosing by using an exquisite instrument called three-dimensional color flow power Doppler ultrasound. Using this system, we can identify abnormalities within the prostate that you could otherwise never detect. The Dotoli Cancer Center is the only center in the southeastern United States which has this technology. If you have prostate cancer, we will find it.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Okay, here's what I'm loving about the forecast right now. The dew point value coming in at 59. That feels so comfortable, so nice. And by afternoon, I think you'll really notice that once again today in terms of a low humidity, beautiful afternoon, despite the fact that air temperatures are still in the 80s. 72-degree current condition with a cloud cover that's keeping temperatures uniform from inland to coast. 68 degrees, Wauchula, Arcadia, Parrish and Bradenton both coming in at 66, 67 in Lakewood Ranch and Mayaca, 68 in Northport, 70 Punta Gorda, 69s in Venice and Inglewood, 72 Longboat Key. Back in Old Mayaca reporting in at 63 degrees. So a little bit cooler in some locations, but pretty uniform basically because of the cloud cover that's blowing in from Gulf waters. Even a little bit of drizzle popping up here on our radar imagery. But again, a lot of this not even reaching the ground. It's evaporating in that dry air that's below the cloud deck. This cloud deck is going to be a really thin layer, so don't expect to see too much in the way of rainfall from it today. We have across the, well, basically ringing the United States, a lot of dry air just off the Atlantic coast, stretching down toward the Florida Peninsula through the Keys, and then back toward the west over the Mexican Plateau. A lot of dry air. There is a little bit of a frontal boundary kind of meandering through parts of the Gulf waters, and that is helping to provide the lift necessary to produce that little bit of cloud cover. And generally speaking, the winds are blowing aloft from west to east without much north-south motion. So the cloud cover that's produced out here gets slung back across the Florida Peninsula and produces these high, thin clouds that are really not going to be a big issue. A big ridge of high pressure continues to build in. That brings us a breezy wind today. The wind out of the northeast can be brisk enough to pick up some of the moisture from the Atlantic currents and kind of sling them back toward the Atlantic coastline in the form of a few spotty showers. But again, like yesterday, These showers would have a very difficult time making it all the way across the peninsula intact to bring us any rainfall. Sometimes we see that effect, but we're not going to see it today as these showers are, as I said, kind of contained within an atmosphere that's very dry, so they don't have much chance of survival once they leave the water. Sun cloud makes breezy conditions, mild afternoon temperatures. They'll be in the low to mid 80s, which, you know, that's about where we should be for this time of year. So really no surprises there, except for the fact that we've been abnormally warm for so long, September being one of the warmest months on record. Okay, across the entire Gulf Coast, we've got these high, thin clouds moving through and winds out of the northeast at the surface. We're still dealing with some red tide issues. Manatee Beach coming in with some moderate amounts of red tide. Otherwise, the Lido and Siesta Key beaches have been reduced in their red tide content. Just another indication of how variable and spotty and localized these kind of toxins are along our area beaches. Venice Beach also right now seeing some moderate toxins in the air, but that could shift in the next 6 hours or so. So, you know, be sure and go to visitbeaches.org for latest beach information, or our website, mysuncoast.com. Nicole continues on a track that takes it up toward Bermuda, perhaps as a minimal hurricane away from the United States. This one's not an issue for the United States, but for Bermuda, it could be a little disruptive, though certainly not a huge hurricane. Northeast wind coming in at about 15, becoming 15 to 20 later this evening. That will give you a moderate chop. And the forecast for the week ahead, I love it. Looks great. Temperatures in the mid 80s, low relative humidity, not much of a chance of rain. Back to you.
Thank you, John. I think you'll like the commute this morning so far at 647. The bridges out of Palmetto are pretty normal at this point. Not heavy volume right now at 647, but it might start picking up in the next 15 minutes or so. The interstate is clear from Ellington down into Bradenton. No issues on 41 or 301. Normal hot spots there at the intersections, but nothing to slow you down too much at 41 and or 301 rather, in Fruitville. Looks like Fruitville, Bee Ridge, and Clark are still clear. No slowdowns as you head out to the interstate. And as you head down into Venice and Northport, we're all clear on 41 and on I-75. Well, in health news this morning, Hurricane Matthew left a trail of destruction along the East Coast, but it could prove to be beneficial for part of Florida.
With the heavy rainfall and winds, there's actually been a drop in all the mosquitoes, at least for now, and that could help in the fight against the Zika virus. Rain and flooding also helped wash away larvae from the mosquito breeding sites. But with the temperatures beginning to drop and our season changing, it is the time of year when mosquito populations typically start to go down. To date, there have been 141 locally transmitted cases of Zika reported in Florida since the end of July.
Divergent star Shailene Woodley now facing charges for criminal trespassing after she was arrested during a protest of the North Dakota Access Pipeline. Woodley's arrest came while she was in the middle of a 2-hour live stream on her Facebook page. The pipeline would carry crude oil from North Dakota through South Dakota and Iowa before reaching Illinois. Efforts are underway to keep that pipeline from being built. Well, get ready to dance your cares away and leave your worries for another day. The 1980s hit cartoon Fraggle Rock. See, I didn't even know it. It's making a comeback. The Fraggles played music and interacted with each other underground despite huge differences in their ways of life. The children's series originally aired on HBO from 1983 to 1987. The show will now be digitally remastered and will air on HBO's broadcast channels and will be available for streaming by the end of the year.
We'll forgive you for being young. With less than a month until the CMA Awards, this year's performances have been announced. Dierks Bentley, Eric Church, Keith Urban, Carrie Underwood, and Brad Paisley all set to perform. Big lineup there. Church has 5 nominations, while Bentley, Urban, and Underwood all have 4. Urban and Underwood are both competing for Entertainer of the Year. The 50th annual CMA Awards don't air until November 2nd, but you can catch them right here on ABC.
Well, Daniel Craig may not be ready to give up on James Bond after all. The actor previously said he'd rather slash his wrists than play Bond again. Well, it seems he's recently had a change of heart. Now he sees that he has the best job in the world, and he'll keep doing it as long as he still gets a kick out of it. And actor and comedian Kevin Hart is the latest recipient of a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Hart was honored at a ceremony yesterday. He's had quite the 2016 box office ratings. He's 3 of his films right along too. Central Intelligence and The Secret Life of Pets have made more than $1 billion worldwide. His latest film, the stand-up movie What Now, hits theaters on Friday.
Fans of the movie Bad Moms, and I'm one, shouldn't expect a sequel anytime soon. A fan of the movie, not a bad mom, just saying. Despite the movie's success, STX Entertainment says they'll not make another one. Instead, they're going to do a spin-off focusing on dads. Bad Dads is due out next July, just after Father's Day. The company is also looking at making a reality series, inspired by the movies.
Okay, I like that even better. Because sometimes when you do a sequel, it's just not as good.
Well, and not to be rude or anything, but Bad Dads is not the same as Bad Moms.
No.
Usually have to keep it a little more together.
Yeah.
So when you go have a bad moment, it's a little funnier.
We'll have to see how
Bad Dads have a lot of bad moments.
Sorry, Dad, we love
Sorry.
you, but sometimes you can be bad like all the time. But still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
A little boy saves up his pennies and he finally gets what he wished for. We'll show you what he's the proud owner of coming up.
Today at 4 on Suncoast View.
I'm Stephanie Roberts on Suncoast View. We're ready to rodeo with lasso lessons. Plus, Cliff Rolls previews the best parties this month, and Stottlemyre's joins us in the kitchen.
Today at 4 on Suncoast View.
On air, online, and on your mobile device, this hurricane season turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beauty Rest, Eye Comfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
The celebration is heating up and the prices just keep getting better during the Jeep Celebration event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the area's largest selection of Jeep Grand Cherokees or get big savings on a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999. Stop by today and drive away in a brand new Jeep Compass for just $15,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WinGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WinGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
Types of timber, cuts of meat, cooking times, temperatures, rubs, seasonings, sauces. You name it, they know it. That's what makes them who they are, Sonny's Pitmasters. And proud of it. Come get some baby back ribs at Sonny's Barbecue. On their own or paired with favorites like jalapeno cheddar hot links or pulled or sliced pork plus 2 sides and bread. Sonny's Barbecue. Local Pitmasters since '68.
Being the caregiver for someone you love is truly a blessing. But sometimes you can lose a part of yourself. To be your best, for them and for you, it's important to have time to be able to recharge your batteries. When you call Tidewell Hospice, they can give you a chance to do just that, and with the peace of mind of knowing your loved one is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Taking a look at traffic right now on the Palmetto Bridge. Just seeing a little hot spot there on the Green Bridge, but nothing to slow you down too much. DeSoto is nice and clear. 41301, pretty normal. No accidents or delays at all in Sarasota. The interstate's still clear as you head into South County. We are seeing one accident popping up in South Venice. That's out east at Center Road and at River Road.
We're looking at a nice day today. We had a little bit of cloud cover around. Then it will be a breezy afternoon, but don't look for much in the way of rainfall despite the clouds. Daytime high tops out in the mid-80s with low relative humidity. Week ahead looks pretty good too.
Looks very good. Well, a little boy saving his pennies, hoping for a special dog, finally got his wish. 8-year-old Aiden Heath has spent 4 years collecting pennies. He needed as much as $15,000 to help him get a service dog to monitor his type 1 diabetes. Well, once people started getting word of his goal, they started sending in donations, allowing the family to purchase a dog. Aiden's mom found the right match, a chocolate lab named Angel. And after training in Nevada, Angel got the chance to meet Aiden, and they are adjusting to their new home. Nothing better than a service dog. And here is the ABC7 service dog in training. This is Wrigley, and he will one day be a superhero. We are helping him get acclimated with life, and then he'll go to Southeastern Guide Dogs where he will train to be a guide dog.
And he is the sweetest.
He's
Stephanie
a very
is the
good
mama
boy.
right now.
Very good boy. And he's been with us every morning this week. He just sits quietly and waits.
It's wonderful of you to do this. You and your family have really taken on quite a job here in rearing this guy who will be a great benefit to someone.
He's going to be a forever best friend.